Hey YouTube, it's Russhana.love, and I'm back again with another video. This video is sponsored by Ywigs. They sent me over some tape-ins, and I'm gonna show you guys it and everything. So these are the tape-ins right here. They sent me over 3 bundles of Kinky curly tape-ins, and these are all 18 inches. So off camera I did go ahead and wash and blow dry my hair, and I'm gonna say this now, I don't know if it's gonna be a tutorial. It's more gonna be more of like a watch me do it type of thing, because to be honest, I never did this before. I don't really know what I'm doing. However, I have watched a lot of videos and I did prepare for it, and I don't think it's gonna be that hard because you literally just tape it here to your hair. So how hard could it be? The only thing I'm kind of nervous about is this hair texture. The reason I got curly hair texture is because I didn't want to get straight, because although my hair is straight right now, my hair is natural, and I do not think that it's gonna, I don't think I'm gonna blend that well with the hair. And also I feel like the straight will be more high maintenance because I'll have to keep flat ironing it. So I just got the curly so I can just literally like just put it in the ponies. I don't know what my logic behind it. My real hair texture, even when wet, does not match this. This is very kinky and curly, so we're gonna see how it works out. But this is like the texture that it comes with originally, and this is the texture it got when I combed it out. So I watched a lot of videos preparing for this moment, so I feel like we should be fine. But okay, so let's get this thing started. Let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna part out a middle part because I may wear it as a middle part one day, I don't know. So I'm gonna part the middle out, part it in half, because I feel like my go-to hairstyle for this will be a half up, half down. So let me part that in a half up, half down type of thing, so I would know where not to add the hair. Okay, so this is one part right here. You guys, honestly, I don't like doing styles of my real hair because my forehead is like so big. But I don't care, it's whatever. I'll be fine. I'll live. I'm not gonna die. Like, I can't really see, and that's killing me, but whatever, I'll be fine. I feel like the other side is definitely parted further back, but I'll be fine because most of the time when you have a half down, it's not supposed to be perfect anyways when you do it with your real hair. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and part the perimeter around out, and don't worry, I'm gonna put the camera behind me. Like when I start sewing it in, when I start taping the back, I'll do that. But for right now, I'll keep it in front. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna part out the perimeter of my hair in the back so that it can, when I pull it up, it'll cover the tapes. And one of the things I learned from watching the 100 videos I watch is that a trick you can do to know if you parted out enough is to basically use your comb, and if you can see the comb through where you parted it out, then you have to leave more hair out. And as I'm parting the back, you guys, I'm realizing that this is going to be hard, and it's late and I have to study for exam tomorrow, so I'm trying to like do it kind of fast. Like, I'm not trying to be here all night. Yeah, I'm so damn smart, you guys. Like BFF. Be freaking for real. Hold on. But the only thing about this is lagging. I don't like that. It's lagging real bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and part it out. At this point, you guys, I did get frustrated, but this is how much you will want to leave out. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it on a few. So right here is where I'm showing you guys how much is supposed to be left out, like a range of that amount. And honestly, you guys, this is not for the week. If you want to do your own tape-ins, this is going to be a lot of work. But one thing I did do that made it help is that I used my phone and my iPad. So I connected my phone to my ring light, and then I FaceTimed my iPad so I could see the back. And that's how I got to see back there. But I'm going to tell you guys some more when I get to that part. So here's another clearer look of the of how much hair I left out in the back, and this was a good amount of hair in the back because like the tapes wasn't showing with this amount. And to do it, I started off by having my hair in a ponytail, and sorry, right here the FaceTime was lagging, so I got mad. Like, Look at my face. I was pissed off. Like, this process is not for the weak. Like, if you get frustrated easily and you have a hard time doing your own hair, it's gonna be hard to do this. But I did, and I prevailed, so I feel like you can as well. So to start off, what I did was I removed the tape from the tape in itself, and then I just took it and I just pressed it directly onto my hair. And as you guys can see, not too close onto my scalp, and it was a good distance from my scalp, just so that there's no tension and pulling when you do your hair in a ponytail. And then once you press it onto your hair, what I did was I took my tail comb, the tail of my comb, and parted out a very small amount of hair. And so it's a little blurry here, but it's gonna get clearer. So then I'm gonna try to part some hair out from the tape, and that's what I'm doing. I'm removing some hair, because you don't need a lot of hair for the tape, and you don't want to have a lot of hair between the tapes, because then it wouldn't stick properly. So, and after a while, I realized this method was not sufficient, because the ponytail was too tight, and as you guys can see, I was struggling to get the hair out. And this video, I'm going to show you guys the good and the bad, because ideally you are doing this by yourself, so I'm just trying to give you guys as much tips as possible to make it as easy for you guys. So everything that I tried didn't work for me. I'm gonna let you guys know that the ponytail didn't really work much, because as you guys can see, I was struggling. Like, the hair was coming out with it and stuff like that. And as you guys can see, I'm just testing it out, making sure that's enough hair on it, and that was enough hair. And soon you guys are going to see me place the tape, and I'm going back in and removing some hair, obviously. Now I'm going back in, and this was another hard part, which is where you can guide yourself to like place onto another one. Like, it's the back of my head, and even though I'm on FaceTime, like, it's kind of different with spatial awareness, because, like, I don't know, if you know, you know, but it was hard for me to find the other tape to line it up perfectly. But there it is, you guys, my first tape in ever, and I'm doing it on myself. I feel like this would be so much better if I did it on somebody else. Like, it's not a hard process at all. However, it is very tedious, especially when you're doing it on yourself, because you can't see the back of your head. So this is like, oh my goodness. And right here, I was making sure that it's a far enough place from my scalp so that there's no tension. I'm a little bit out of frame right here, but trust me, I'm not going to buy that the whole video. It's going to get better. But overall, this process is a lot. And now this time, I wanted to try parting it before taping. Like, this took me way longer than I thought. Like, doing it on someone else, I feel like it would have been easy, 1 2 3, I would have just slayed it. But on yourself, it's a whole different ball game. And evidently, tape-ins are expensive to get done by somebody else. So if you're someone that want to save money and don't mind the process of doing it yourself, then definitely just go for it. Like, it's challenging, yes, it will be hard, but think about it, you're saving like what, $700, so definitely I feel like people could do it themselves. But I'm about to cut this part out so I can show you guys me in the frame. I don't know why it's like this, because I was paying attention, but the whole video is not like this, guys, so don't click off, keep watching. So for the next one, I did kind of part out my hair before taping down, and I feel this method was a little bit more efficient than leaving it in the ponytail. So now I'm just really making sure that I don't apply it too close to my scalp, because you want to be comfortable. You don't want it to be too close to where you put it up and it's like it's hurting your hair and pulling your hair out when you put it up. So then once you're already parted out and you put the tape in downwards to apply the one on the top, it's already parted out. So this method was a little bit more efficient for me, and I would recommend you guys do this way instead of doing the ponytail way. And another thing is that you want to make sure that before you start, just take off as many tapes from the tape as possible. No, take off the paper from the tape before anything, so that when you're doing it, you can just start taping. You don't have to stop and peel off and stuff like that. And I'm gonna show you guys how to peel it off. I'm gonna put that clip in the beginning when I first did it, so just so you guys can do it, just so you guys can see it, because I didn't film me removing the paper at first. I did it like after the fact, like, oh shit, I didn't even show you guys how to take off the paper, which I feel like is explanatory, but just for showing you guys purposes, I'm going to show you so guys. For in between the tape-ins, I did leave out a section of my real hair without any tapes on it, and I did this because I watched another person's video on YouTube, and she had this same texture of tape-ins, and she did say like, it's like, especially with this texture, you don't want a lot of tape-ins because it will be too much hair on your head. So that's what I was trying to be mindful of and just prevent it from being like too much, because this is a curl texture and you don't want to have too much hair on your head to where it's like this is too much. So that's why I was leaving sections between the tape-ins itself. So I explained everything for the most part. So right now I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys watch the video. I know you guys probably tired of hearing me talk by now. It's okay if you are, I do not mind. So I'm gonna stop talking now because it's very repetitive. This is a very tedious process for the 100th time, but the results were okay. I just want to say that you can remove it once you apply the first one. It's not like on there correctly. It's okay to remove it, like peel it back up because it's not stuck to anything yet. But once you sandwich it together, like you can't get that off unless you use remover. But yeah, the process is tedious. It did come out good. However, I am not the type of person to wear my real hair out. I'm not a natural hair girly. Anybody that wears their natural hair on a regular daily basis, I applaud you. You are strong, you are powerful, because sis, I could never. This 1 week of me having tape-ins was a lot for me because I feel like it's because I'm not used to wearing my real hair out, so I didn't know what to do with it, like how to really maintain it and stuff. So I did take mine out after just 1 week. And if you want to remove it, the link to where you can purchase the solvent to remove it will be in my description box down below. When I bought it, all I had to do was literally just I just had to spray it on and it would slip right off. So I'm gonna definitely leave that in the description box down below so you guys know how to remove them. But I'm gonna stop talking now, let you guys finish watching the video. And it's very self-explanatory, but that's really it to the video, honestly. I mean, not it to the video, but that's really it to the whole method. Like, it's really repetitive. So At this point I was cutting the tape-in half um because right there it was a little bit like the section was shorter and it didn't require like a full tape-in, so I just cut it in half so that the tape-in wouldn't stick out. And in total I only used a 1.5 bundle because again this is a curly hair texture. You don't want it to be too much on your head to where it's like unmanageable, so I did only use 1.5. So if I want to do tape-ins again, I definitely have enough to do a second install, so I definitely may do it. But with how high maintenance this is, it's probably unlikely. I might do it on someone else and make another video about it, but you can definitely get 2 wears out of it. I feel like you can order this once and use it on 2 people. Like, honestly speaking, I feel like that's a possibility. So per I am finally done. I'm taking out the perimeter braids out, and it was a vibe. Definitely at this point, I was up way longer than I was supposed to because I did have class in the morning with an exam, and I was supposed to study. By the time I finished this, I couldn't even study. Like, it was so late, and I was kind of frustrated. But right here, I'm just trying to play with it a little bit. I know my hair is not blending at all. However, it did actually blend after a while. Like when I did wet my hair and with the hair, it did kind of blend, so I wasn't really like tripping for real. But this is how it looks. It looks really nice and natural. However, it is very big. This is kinky curly texture, so if you want it to look tamed, you have to keep it wet because when it gets dry, it just looks like very, I don't know if this is like something you say because social media is very sensitive now, but it looks nappy when it's dry. Like, I don't know, like it just looks better when it's wet. Like dry, I wasn't really feeling that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. But overall, it was a vibe for the week. I couldn't go longer than a week. That shit had to come out my hair. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to get into a ponytail, and the struggle was real to get into a ponytail guy because it was just a lot of hair. So definitely be mindful if you want to buy this hair. Just know it's gonna be a lot. Um, like I'm just trying to make it look doable, honestly, at this point. Off camera, I went ahead and blow dried the hair out so that it's manageable for styling, and I was just trying to do anything to make it easier to style for school tomorrow. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I would only recommend this if you are used to wearing your real hair out, because me, I didn't know what to do. It was like very different for me. So I was what am I about to do with my hair? Right here you guys can see the tape-ins. However, there wasn't enough hair left out, but I had to do a little bit extra combing so that it covers every single tape. Like I had to comb the hair in a certain way so that it covered it. So next time if I do decide to do tape-ins, I will leave more hair out in the back. And so yeah, I will only recommend this to people that's like used to wearing their natural hair out, is their natural hair texture, and they just want a little bit more fullness and like just like some volume. But other than that, if you're not used to wearing your hair out, then I don't think tape-ins will be for you, because it definitely was not for me. But it was a good experience, and it was cute for the week that I left it in for. And look at me, y'all, like I was really going through it trying to do this ponytail because it was a lot of hair. And so yeah, this video is sponsored by Ywigs, and you can purchase this same exact tape-ins that I have using the link in my description box down below. And this is a picture I took when I was doing it, just to show you guys that it was covered in the back after I finished combing it out. But this is the final look when I did my baby hairs and everything. I got into the ponytail, and then I just added some water to it to make it back curly, and that's how I wore it. And when I made it curly, my real hair ended up blending in with it, so this was really cute, you know, giving natural hair vibes. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in my next video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, period.